So I'm nothing if not a mother, okay? Listen, been doing this for almost 5 months, okay? But we're gonna do a couple parts to this story because I gotta start and give context before I really get into the meat and potatoes, all right? So listen, this story starts, I'm gonna say maybe, boy, I'm about to be telling my age. I wanna say 2019, I wanna say 2019. That's where this story starts. Because that's when I met my son's father. And I'm gonna throw out some ages, okay? It was a couple red flags here. I'm not gonna say his age was a red flag because y'all just gonna have to work with me. I'm not gonna say his father's age was a red flag to me because prior to him, I had dated people in the age group, right? Okay, so there's a 14-year age gap. Let's just start. Let's just start there. I was 26 when me and his father started talking. I think I was probably 25 when we met. 24, 25 when we met. And then he was 40 when we started talking, dating, whatever we call it this. I am in my 30s now. But I just want to also say I was very gay when I met his dad. Very gay. Like I had came out, I want to say like almost 10 years before I even had an inkling that I was interested in men. That's a story for another day, but it started with his dad. Like his father was the first man in my adult age that I was attracted to. That's why this story is it's traumatic, okay? It's a traumatic story. It's a drama-filled story. He's so cute. Okay, so baby is done eating. He wants to be part of the show, okay? And I gotta figure out how to do the quality better because I don't like the fact that anyway. So I worked in a plant prior to having my boy. Or should I say we worked in a plant. And please believe everything that they say about dealing with a person who works in a plant. Very messy. Very, very, very messy. Look at he's so cute. Anyway, very messy. Even me getting into that situation with my son's father was very messy. Not even just our outside life, his outside life, but everything in there was messy. So prior to dealing with my son's father, I had entertained a few, I'm gonna say a few as in one one guy outside of my son's father in the plant. I'm not gonna speak on my son's father and what he was doing in the plant prior to us dealing with each other, but believe everything they say about dealing with a person that works in the plant. Everything. And so I never approached him. Like I said, he was the first man that I had a crush on. And I never approached him. I just, word of mouth, how stuff spread. I was talking to one of my coworkers who I still love dearly. And I told him, I was looking at him. I said, ooh, that man is fine. That man is fine. And I was mad at my coworker for this next part, but like, I couldn't be too mad, So my coworker went to, let me get my son's father, because I call him this in real life. We don't call him Baldhead. So my coworker went to Baldhead and was like, Cheyenne said that she think you fine, this, that, and the third. She want to get to know you better. Do you think my coworker told me that right away? I started seeing Baldhead everywhere I went. Every corner I turned, that man was there. He was there. And I thought it was, odd, but I was like, I'm attracted to him, so I don't mind seeing him. Bring it on. That's my boyfriend. That's my boo. So eventually I linked back up with that coworker. And I'm like, okay, well, it's crazy because I just, After I said I thought he was fine, like I started seeing him everywhere. And he was like, yeah, that's because I told him what you said. And he said he was going to talk to you. He was going to give you his number. Blah, 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 blah. That's how all of this stuff started. That's how everything started between me and Baldhead. Now, I'm not going to do too much recording because it's at the nighttime and it's my son's bedtime. I got to get him to bed. You know, we on the schedule over here. Okay. But I'm going to follow up.